Good morning, guys. Another day, another Corvette to work on. Unfortunately, we're not going to be working on the Corvette C7 today, but we are going to be working on a Corvette, as I said. And let me show you a sneak peek a little bit. What we got here. And here is what we got. What do you guys see behind me? You guys see engine hoist and the engine stand. And what we're going to be working on today is this. We're going to be working on a Corvette C6. You guys know the story with this Corvette. Has been flooded. Unfortunately, I didn't see any water signs inside. I don't see any moisture in the carpets or whatnot. Maybe just a little from the rain crack that we had left the window open. You know how the Corvette stuff works. But nevertheless, I got this thing on the stands already. And our first step is going to be to take the spark plugs out. Oil has been drained already by insurance company. And, oh, well, clean up all these nuts. Our goal is for today is to pull the engine out and see what's wrong with it. Let's get on it. So okay guys, after taking the intake off, here's what I found. I found this. Also found signs of water inside, as you guys could see. And I was trying to flip this intake upside down to see if any water gonna come out. But this thing came out. And as much as I remember, this is one of those garden hose gun sprays. The tip for the garden hose gun spray. I will try to buy a new one just to show you guys. But seems like the story is somebody was trying to do insurance fraud and they probably poured the water inside the engine. But we're gonna find out if the engine's gonna turn or not in a couple minutes. So now we pull the spark plugs out, and this is one of the best steps. One of the first steps you want to take is to remove the spark plugs first, due to the fact that this car has been flooded before, or we assuming it's been flooded. We want to pull the spark plugs to make sure we don't bend any rods or we don't hydro lock it. And right now we're gonna try to turn the engine. Okay, upon the further inspection, we discovered that the engine turns, but doesn't turn all the way. It gets to one point where it gets stuck, and then you can turn it the other way. The tool I use for this is this AutoZone belt tool. You put a 15th, what is the socket size? 15/16 of an inch socket, and then you take this thing from the tool set, and then you take the ratchet, so it helps you turn it. And the way why you want to use this tool is because there's a steering rack. Let me try to get the angle for you guys. The steering rack is on the way of a stabilizer. If you could see it, there's not much room. It's actually on the way, and you don't have enough room to put a regular ratchet there. So what you want to use is this tool to put the ratchet behind it and try to turn the engine. So we already know that there is a problem with the engine. It's stuck at one point, and then you can turn it the other way. The good thing about it, it's not locked up, so it's easier to remove the engine. We're gonna take the engine off and see what's wrong with it. Okay guys, so spark plugs are out. The coils are out. We worked on taking the headers off. Took the hoses off as well, drained the coolant. Gonna take the belt off, and also I decided to take the generator out, pull those coils as well, the plate, and maybe possibly I will have to remove the intake. I will have to see about that, just to clear up a little room on top. Okay, so the cat on this side is out. Now let's go on this side. This catalytic converter is still in, but the header is out. What we're gonna do right now is take the starter right there, which is right there, and then we're gonna get to the flex plate and remove all the bolts from the flex plate and take the intake as well, because it looks like we're running short on clearance right here. If we want to jack this engine up, we need more clearance. Okay, a little update. Here's what we found. I don't know if this thing can focus itself. Right here. Found a little piece of metal. And we found more metal. So I think it's safe to say that this engine is now repairable. We're gonna have to get ourselves a new one. But we're still gonna yank this old engine out just to see what's up underneath. Okay guys, so this guy that you guys see the feet sticking out, Tim, he just disconnected the flex plate and the, what do you call it, torque converter? Well, I'm not sure if that's a torque converter or just a flex plate to the drive shaft, but nevertheless, I disconnected everything pretty much from the top except the bottom. Engine mount and wire harness has not been disconnected from the bottom yet. But what I'm stuck with is this mount. As you guys could probably see, this thing is mounted to the engine and there is no room right here to push it. In order to take these bolts off, I'm not sure if you can see those right there. You see they push it against this plate. So basically by the rules, you gotta take this thing first before you could take this mount off. And as you guys could see, there is nowhere I could fit the removal tool, the pulley removal tool. So I don't know what I'm gonna do at the moment. I'm still thinking, but what I think it will help is probably to take the bumper off. Either way, it's gonna need to be taken off. Take the bumper off and probably take this radiator shroud off. Pull the radiators backwards a little, or in this case forward, and create a little bit of room in front of the engine so I could pull it up. Taking the bumper off, we have extra room to put the engine hoist closer. Corvette probably knew these engines gonna be swapped one day, so they created a little cutouts in the middle. Convenient. We got to this bracket. Finally got to this bracket. I was able to find, I think, 3 or 4 bolts below this pump, and I was able to loosen this pump up, and then, you know, with some struggle I was able to remove these, I think, 4 bolts. What helped me is this tool. Helps you get in the pulley because there's really tight, and if you use regular ratchet in the socket, this thing gets jammed. So, but this, like, if you use this tool, you could just pull it out to the side. That's what makes it convenient. So at least of that is done. This bracket is loosened up already. I'll try to take it out. Just this pump is holding it, and engine is ready to go on this side. Okay guys, so I got the engine hoist aligned. You could see how engineers thought of engine hoist being useful, and how the engine hoist could fit in between, which is very nice of them. Already got everything cleared out. Flex plate is already removed, ready to bolt on the chain. Probably to these bolts, this one and this one, somewhere in the middle, and yank this bad boy out. Already got the engine hooked up. You guys could see it's already moving up. This thing's already tight. It's coming along nice and easy. Slowly by slowly, in a couple minutes we'll get this thing out. We pretty much got the engine out, and we discovered a little leak right there. And let me show them. Let me show them a little leak. Where'd the leak at? I don't know if you guys could see it. Oh, yes you can. It's pretty big actually. The leak is pretty big. Oh, check that out. Yeah, not the best view, but you guys get the point. The rod is out. Unfortunately, yeah, we have a huge hole in the engine, so there's no way we're gonna repair this one. Here's the engine out. As you guys could see, all in this pride and glory. But this side being okay, well, without taking it off though, without taking the head off, flex plate, all this is fine. There's no damage to this, and right here, where the hole at? Where the hole at? Oh, there it is. You could see the junk coming out of it. Yikes. Yeah, but at least we don't have a rod bearing spun. In this case, it looks alright though. Should buff out, as I always say. No big deal. Just JB weld this thing and put it back in. We're actually gonna have to find either new block or complete the engine. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the heads off and see what's underneath, if they're damaged or not, if they're salvageable, if I need a whole engine or just a block or bottom end. looks fine as far as outside. Let's take a look what's on the inside. Moment of truth. Come on, head gasket. Oh, it looks fine. It looks fine. Look at it. I don't know what you guys worried about. Look at it. The head is good. The head gasket's not good. Throw this thing away. But the head is good. It did not get hit at all, which is great. That's a perfect sign. We're gonna get this thing tested. But looks like maybe the other side rod broke. Well, I don't know. Just how in the world did the piston didn't come out? We're gonna drop another side head and see what's going on the other side. Here's the bad news. This valve is bent. As you guys can see, this valve has a major opening. It's bent. It's not going in. That valve is the valve that got hit. There we go. To shove it in up that hole. Almost done. Almost out. Almost out. Come on. Alright. Alright. Come on. There we go. Wow. Isn't this beautiful? Well, one thing for sure, it did break the rod and the piston and scored. Well, these cylinder walls, believe it or not, are actually fine. Yeah, there's no scoring on them. Yeah, they're fine. Believe it or not, against all the odds. It definitely broke the crankshaft. I mean, messed up the crankshaft. Definitely broke the rod, one of the rods that came out to the outside. Maybe we'll just JP weld it and that's it. Get done with it. Okay guys, as you can see right here on this piston, you see the scoring in circular motion. Probably tapped the valve, and then after that it probably slapped a couple more times, or quite a bit more times, before the rod actually broke. So I think the initial cause of all that was actually the valve. Either water guy inside the valve or hydrolock or something bent the valve, and then after that valve kept tapping until he actually broke the rod. Nevertheless, this thing won't buff out or JP weld, so this engine is a toast. Gotta get a new one. On this note, we're actually gonna have to end this video. It's not very good news. I know we have a hole in our block, which we're gonna actually have to probably either get a new block or see if this one's actually repairable. I don't know, maybe we'll have to be the first people to actually experiment that one out. But nevertheless, we got what we got. We know what we're dealing with. Now that the engine is out, we're gonna be working on it, trying to find a new engine. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, please comment in the comments below. If you like our videos, press like or dislike if you really don't like it. Any feedback is very much appreciated. Thank you guys, and God bless you.